Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited for today's video because it is time for one of my favorite series here on my channel, my collection and declutter series. And we're starting off with one of my favorite categories, which just so happens to be blush. I love it so much, but my collection has gotten a little out of hand this year, and my blush is currently taking up 4 drawers, which is insane. And I have a whole basket of face palettes as well. So I figured for today's video, we will start with that. We will do the blush and the face palettes. I'm excited to not only dwindle it down to like my top favorite products, but also to be able to pass some of this along to my friends and family. That way, you know, these products can get a little more love. But if that sounds like fun, then you are in the right place. Grab a snack, because we're about to get started. I am so excited to get into this video. Honestly, declutters are some of my favorite videos to watch. Well, declutters and collection videos, but I'm ready. And because I don't know if you were able to see my Instagram story, but I went to edit my Black Friday video, which was already behind because I didn't have a voice for so long. But I went to edit it, and my dogs were barking so loud through like the first 12 minutes that I edited it. It was like so loud. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a Black Friday video. So I'm going to do like a post or something tomorrow morning. That way you guys know about the sales. But because of that, I am going to go ahead and kick off my collection and declutter series. And we are starting with one of my favorite categories, which is blush. I love it so much. So I do know I started 2025 with 83 blushes, and I've bought a lot, you guys. I now have 160. So my goal isn't to like be a minimalist. My goal is to get rid of things that I know I haven't touched or I'm not going to choose to reach for. So as for the blush palettes, these are all of them. I might not get rid of too many of these because I do enjoy the ones that I have. But we'll just go through. I'm going to swatch everything. I did watch Batty Beans here on YouTube. I watched her Declutter series, and I love her declutters, but she sectioned her stuff off into categories of like formulas and colors. So that is what I did for blushes. So I can see how many formulas and colors I have of similar shades, and I thought it could be easier to help me figure out what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. And if you want to check her videos out, I will link her Declutter series for this year down below because I love them. But we're going to just jump on in, and we're going to start with one I'm going to get rid of. So this is the Cozy Up palette from Simply Posh. I did pick this up myself. I am on their PR list now. And I also have a code with them, which is AOML. I picked this up, I think it was last summer, and I never actually ended up using it. I have all of these colors. Honestly, it was a waste, and I shouldn't have picked it up. But, you know, you live and you learn. So I've swatched, looks like 2 of the highlights, but I've actually never used this. So I am going to give this to someone in my family or one of my friends. I do like to gather everything and let them pick through it. I might start a Macari this year. I'm not sure because that's going to be very time consuming. That way I can try to get rid of some stuff and make some money off of things that I've already bought. If it's PR, I don't really feel comfortable like reselling PR because I got it for free. So stuff like that I will give away to family and friends. But stuff that I purchased, I will, I do feel fine with you know, selling. But this one I will go ahead and declutter. And okay, this is one of my favorites. I love it so much. I have a few favorites in here. So this is from Adept Cosmetics, and it is the Amy Loves palette. I do get PR from them sometimes, but I did pick this one up, and I love this. It's my favorite pink highlighters in my collection. I don't gravitate a lot towards pink blush, but sometimes, especially like now in the winter, I do like a pink blush, so I could see myself reaching for it. Then I have used it during certain times for different looks. Look at me, I'm stuttering all over the place. But these highlighters are so freaking good. I love them. This whole collab I loved so much, but this one is definitely staying. So let me start a keep pile. Listen, I was like organizing all of this and I was getting ready to hit play, and I knocked my whole cup of coffee and a Red Bull off of my table into a basket of blush. I wanted to freaking cry because it was the powder blushes, which aren't in sealed things, and yeah, it was a whole nightmare. But let's keep it with Adept. I also have the Duality blush palette, and I love this one too. This one I have used a lot this year. You can tell she is very well loved. It's such a fantastic product. I love all of the shades, all of the colors of highlight and blush in here. This one is more of like a blush topper for me. I was supposed to be swatching, but these ones necessarily don't need to be swatched because there's like so many different colors in them. But for the fun of it, we can swatch. And fingers crossed I can keep this blanket clean throughout this video. But there we are with those shades. Like, I love them. The formula is fantastic. The blushes are matte in this one. And, of course, then you have the highlighters, which are beautiful. This one is definitely staying. And why not? I will show you these two highlighters. I love them both, but the lighter pink one is, like, more icy, and it's kind of like a smoother formula. And this Cupid blush is really pretty as well. It's more of like, it's bright, but it's like a toned down bright pink. And there they are. They're just gorgeous. Some of my favorites. We can do favorites first and then move along to some of the others. So this is my favorite Unearthly blush palette she has ever released. And the colors are some of my favorite blushes ever. So this is the Gothic Romance, and she is beautiful. I love a nude blush, and I love like these muted tones. I think this is so perfect. I love this shade too. It's like a muted red, kind of a berry red in a way, but these are all perfect. I really love a purple blush too. I actually have a lot more purple blushes than I thought I did. These ones have a slight sheen to them. It's very slight, just enough to give your skin a little bit of life. We have these two shades here, and then this one. But these top three are my favorite because I love the colors of them. They're like perfect nude blushes and a nude cheek with like a nude highlight and a nude lip. I love that. Oh, it makes me so happy. I've fallen in love with that look more and more this year. And this one was so perfect. Some things are hard to get rid of because I like to keep it because I review the brand a lot. For example, this one from Bella Beauty Bar. This is the Baked Blush palette, and I love the colors in here. My favorite is this shade, but I don't know. I forget that I have it sometimes, so I don't reach for it very often. It is a pretty good formula, and it blends beautifully. It's very pigmented. I think it would be beautiful on deeper skin tones. Like, look at that wine shade and that pink. Like, they're bright and beautiful. These ones are more like true matte shades. as well. So I haven't used this a lot this year, which is a reason why I would declutter it. But at the same time, like I said, I do want to keep it because it is Bella Beauty Bar. And I review every single launch that they come out with. And I love them so much. So I could see myself keeping it. Plus, it is a beautiful summer palette. And some of these like brighter pinks I might not have a whole lot of too. So I'm keeping it. I'm justifying. I really am. This one from Gourmand Girls is very good as well. This is the Mermaid Magic. This one I did get in PR, and this is beautiful. These highlighters are extraordinary. Even the darker ones work on my deep skin. My very pale skin, which shocked me. I wasn't expecting it to happen, but as long as I use like a fluffy brush, it works perfectly for me. And I love this blush formula as well. It's really nice. It kind of reminds me of the one from Bella Beauty Bar, but she picked lighter shades too. So I feel like it's even easier to work with. And I just think it's so fabulous. The highlighters really just like steal the show, but the colors she chose and everything I think are so gorgeous. And I'm so happy to have that one in my collection. See, the Laura Lee Blush Aesthetics palette. I love this so much, but I have not used it in so long. So part of me thinks I should declutter it. But then again, if I regret it, I can't buy it back. You know what I mean? But I've had this for a while. Honestly. And I haven't used it. And honestly, my basket is like overflowing. I didn't see this happening, but I think I'm going to let this one go. And I was so happy when I bought that. I think I got it like 3 years ago. And I don't care to keep powder-like products for a long time. But I was so happy when I got it because I did want it like ever since it released, and I just don't ever reach for that one. I do have my favorites. My favorites are the ones I've already pulled out, although I will say these two I love. This one specifically, the Full Fantasy Blush between Laura Lee and Lunar Beauty. This one I will not get rid of. I love both of these highlighters and the blushes. They are so pretty. I will say though, the Moonshroom highlight palette that Lunar Beauty did is another one of my favorite highlight formulas. It's just so smooth and beautiful and amazing. I love this color as well. And I love the nudes. The nudes get me. Sandbar is my favorite shade in this palette, which is probably really close to the ones in the Unearthly palette, but these ones are full on matte, whereas the Unearthly one has a slight satin sheen to it, and I want them both. And then I also have Moon Prism. This one I got in BoxyCharm, and this one doesn't get as much love as the other. You have like one satin formula in here, and then 5 mattes. And it's really like the perfect gradient of blush, especially if you're someone that likes mauve tones or peachy nudes, which those are my go-to blushes. And these are just so beautiful. So that one I do want to keep. Then I have Spring Magic from Unearthly. These I like, but I much prefer what she's doing now. These ones are more of like a satin. Way more satin than the other ones. And the other ones you can't really see the sheen. It just kind of gives your face a healthier glow. But I do like these. They're a little bit harder to pick up on a brush. Like you have to layer them, you know what I mean? It's not impossible, but I just prefer the new stuff that she's doing now. But I love the colors here. And sometimes I like to use this to layer on top of other blushes. And I think it's beautiful. So this one is staying as well. Okay, so as for this one, this is a blush and highlight palette. There is one reason I want to keep this blush palette, and it's this. This is the most beautiful highlight. Do you see that? Like, I cannot let this go simply because of that shade. This is from, who did this? It's Belle Cosmetics. They are no longer a brand. They actually came out with this collab, and before I even got the collab, they shut down. And it's my first time trying them. The blushes are beautiful too, but the thing that makes me want to keep it is that highlighter, which is why I'm still going to keep it in my collection. I don't know if this is magnetic or not. I don't think so. But if it is, I might end up depotting it and putting it in another, like, compact or something so I can get rid of the palette. But this is freaking gorgeous. Like, look at that. This one is from Ofra. I got this in BoxyCharm as well. The Head in the Clouds. And this is beautiful. The highlights are really pretty. But I have used this one time. And while I love those, I honestly have stuff where I can dupe this out. So this one I will let go. And then last, the Natasha Denona Love Face Palette. This came broken, and BoxyCharm sent me 3 of these. I ended up giving them away to subscribers here on my channel, and I kept this one. But it's so pretty, and I love this color story and the eyeshadow. I have not actually used it yet. It would be such a good travel palette if this one wasn't broken, but at the same time, I still don't want to get rid of it. So as for this one, I am still keeping it. But I think the color story is so pretty, and I love Natasha Denona's cheek products as well. So I'm excited to have it still. So, for visual purposes, these are the palettes that I am keeping. I started with 13 and I decluttered 3. Now I am keeping 10. But I did not declutter very much in this part, but we are moving on to powder blushes, and I think I will do a lot better in that category. I just seem to be very happy with a lot of these, and I did purchase all of them except for one, and I love them all, so that is a good sign. Okay, so we're starting with mauve types of blushes. Now, this might be off a little, like this one doesn't look very mauve, neither does that one, but story here is I did my very best. And I want to start off with the favorites. So this one has been such a favorite from the moment I got it. It is the shade Willa. And to be honest, if I'm going to use a mauve blush, this is going to be one of the blushes I reach for first. I love the formula. It reminds me of Unearthly's formula. The satin sheen, it kind of like singes as well. And it is so beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. I probably should not have done a swatch that big, or I'm going to run out of room real fast. So that one is a definite keep. Then this one from Sigma. They have such a gorgeous blush and highlight formula. This one is from the Alice in Wonderland collection, which I loved the whole collection. And we have a gorgeous duo. This one is more of a matte blush, and you can see the colors are a bit different, but the highlight is beautiful as well. So those are keeps. This one I'm going to let go. It's a Kevyn Aucoin. Honestly, I haven't even tried it. I got it in a BoxyCharm, I'm pretty sure. It's a beautiful color, but I've had it for a while and I still haven't used it. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one and keep the Odin's Eye blush. This is in the shade Pink Bloom, and I love this one as well. This one is more matte. Let's swatch it under the Sigma. They're kind of close. The one from Odin's Eye is a bit lighter, and I love their products, so this one is definitely a keep. I almost stuck it in the wrong pile. That would have sucked. This one from Persona is beautiful. It has a slight sheen to it as well, but again, I rarely ever use it. It's slightly like this one from Benefit. So the Persona one I will let go of. And again, this one from Ofra is in the shade Candy Apple, which doesn't look very like red to me. It looked more mauve-y, and that one is really pretty too, but as you can tell by the embossing in the pan, it's hardly been touched. So that one I will also let go. These NYX blushes are okay. Like, they're pretty. This one should probably go in my nude pile, so I'm going to add it over there, but I might get rid of this one. And then I have these 3 left. So this is Mystic from Unearthly Cosmetics. It is their incandescent formula, which I love so much. And it is beautiful. It's kind of similar to whatever this was. I think that was the Ofra. I can't remember. But you can see like that slight sheen. Let me turn my light. Hopefully it will help you see a bit better. But it's just so pretty. I love it. It's like the perfect amount of glow. So that one is a keep. And then I have 3 blushes from Menagerie. But this is in the shade Clementine. And I'll add this one over here. This is similar to quite a few of them, even Mystic. I was going to keep all 3 of the ones I have of this, but I'm just going to go ahead and let it go. And Betty Boop, I'm probably going to keep. This one is from Glamlight. And we have a mauve and a pink. I like not Benefit. I like Glamlight's blushes a lot. And there those 2 are. Some of them are extremely pigmented, but if you use a small, like densely, loosely packed brush, you can get away with it. But I do want to keep that one. I love them so much. Okay, so I only have 2 purple powder blushes. One is from Lethal Cosmetics. This is the shade Cryostasis. It was a part of Teresa is Dead's collab, and it's no longer available. So this one has a slight sheen to it as well. And then you also have this shade from Menagerie. They are very different undertones. The Menagerie one is in the shade Blueberry, and it has like that slight pink undertone, while Lethal's has a slight like bluish undertone. But I've had the Lethal one for so long now, and now I have the one from Gorman Girls as well. I should have kept that over here so I could have swatched it, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the one from Lethal and keep the one from Menagerie. Okay, so now we are at the nudes, and this is one of my favorite blush colors. So this one, it might be a little more difficult, but let's start with 2 of my favorites. I added the red in here from Singe Beauty because honestly I didn't know where else to put it, but this is in the shade Timid Tomato, and I use all of these Singe blushes a lot, whether it's layering over top of creams or liquids or just by themselves, but you can kind of see like that sheen. It's so pretty. I love it. And then I also have Risky Raisin, which I love so much. And that one's like a darker, more like dark brown nude type of shade, which I love. These are definitely going in the keep pile. Same with this one from Sigma in the shade Tiger Lily. Sigma has really good blush formulas all around. I prefer their powder formula. This is their satin, and it is so beautiful. Such a gorgeous blush. It's a little more satin than the one from Singe. With Singe, I feel like you don't see as much texture with theirs because it's subtle, just enough to give you that healthy glow. But I love it. I love it so much. Now this one I keep every year because I love it so much. So this is Complex Culture. I think this is BoxyCharm's brand. But man, the colors of this are so pretty. But I always end up not using it. And I don't know why, I just don't reach for it. Maybe it's the packaging, but the colors are so gorgeous. The shades of this are Spiced Up and Be Content. That's such a good like fall blush. But I am gonna let it go because like I said, I've kept it several years in a row and I still don't use it. So there's no point in hoarding, you know. Then I have this one from Ensley Rain. This is the Light in Your Eyes blush. And it doesn't have like a specific shade, but I love the color because again, it's one of those like nude blushes that I love to reach for. This one is going in the maybe. It depends on these others. And then I have Feeling Cheeky. This is the Amplifying Blush Duo from Give Beauty. And this is the shade Stars Aligned. And you have like a satin and then you have a matte. And again, very beautiful. It's very similar to that Complex, whatever, Culture one. And I love the colors in this. I don't think Give Beauty is a thing anymore, so let's put them to the side as well because both of those might actually end up going. This color is kind of similar to the Ensley Rain one, only this one is satin. Then I have this one from MAC in the shade Lovejoy, and it's one of their satins. This is another one I've had for a long time, but I love it, and it's so beautiful. That is very similar to the Give Beauty one, so Give Beauty can go, and MAC can stay. And then I have Rose D'Oro from Milani. It's very similar formula to the one from MAC, and it's a bit lighter. Honestly, the Light in Your Eyes can go as well. I mean, how many nude blushes does one girl need? And then last, I have these two. So this one is really old. It's not even sold anymore, but it still smells like peaches. It's Georgia Peach from Benefit, but I love this as like a blush topper. It's so pretty, so I am still keeping it. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of that. And then again, here's the one I swatched earlier. And that one is really pretty. That's very similar to the Singe Beauty one, only I like the Singe formula way more than those. And those get a lot of kick up. I'm already getting this thing dirty, but those are the nude blushes. And I did get rid of quite a few out of that category. So it's quite funny because pink is one of my least used blush colors, but yet I have a lot of them. But these are the pinks and the berries. And I know there's some in this category I can definitely get rid of. I'm kind of torn between these two palettes, so I'm gonna have to think on that. Okay, so Ghostface, this one is horribly pigmented. Like, you can make it work, like I said, on a lighter skin tone. If you are very, like, careful with the amount you apply, you can see it does, like, blend out pretty well. But I don't want to have to try that hard. And honestly, I don't have to. I have a lot of formulas here that are really easy to work with. So I am going to go ahead and let this one go. But first, let me make a smaller swatch so we can keep track. This one I know I'm keeping. This is Crush from Unearthly Cosmetics. Again, one of my favorite formulas in a powder version, and it has the same beautiful sheen. So this one is a definite keep, along with my Singe Beauty Riveting Rhubarb. I almost called it Persistent Persimmon, but that's the yellow. And they are completely different colors. One is a cooler, this one's kind of like almost more corally in a way, while the other is more like a bubblegum pink. I also want to keep this one from Melt. This is in the shade Please. This is a part of the Bailey Sarian collab, the second one, I'm pretty sure. And that is a very bright, very beautiful blush, and it is full on matte. So I love Melt blushes as well. I only have one powder blush, but I do have two of the blush lighters, and I love them as well. So this one from Inslee Rain I like because I love this color. This was supposed to be a bronzer duo, which, like, not everyone can use that very light shade, so I don't really care for that, but I do like this color because I like doing like blush draping, and I like the way this mixes with one of my cream blushes. It's like the perfect undertone, and I don't have anything quite like it, so for that I do want to keep this one as well. These ones I want to get go back to. So I want to do these two. This is the shade You Know Butter from NYX. And we have Morning Blaze from Sephora. And I was hoping these were similar, but they are not. They are completely different shades and different formulas than the rest. And then I also have this shade from Kosas, Butterflies, and this is in their baked blush formula, which I do love a baked blush. And that one is very similar to this one, which was the one from Melt, but the Kosas one has more of a sheen to it. So I really don't know how many of these are going, to be honest. So far I'm doing really bad in this color, and I don't even wear a lot of pink, like I said. But sometimes there are times when I need it. A look just calls for it. Then I have this one from Sigma, and again, I love their blush formula. This is from the Little Mermaid collection, and this is a matte blush. This I want to keep because of the compact, but I'm going to go ahead and let it go because I have this color in other things, and I know I'll have it in these as well. So that one I'll let go. The highlight version I will probably keep, but that is a very light pink. And if you know one thing about me, I do not do a light blush. Okay, so then moving on to the Scooby-Doo blush from Glamlight. We have another very pigmented blush palette. And this one is really pretty. I've loved this for a long time. But I think I can let that one go as well. And same with this one. This is the Flourish blush from Inslee Rain. This one is so pigmented, like very pigmented. So that one I do want to let go. And then I have these two, and I'm trying to remember which formula I like more. Both are really pigmented. I love this color, even though it's very dark. It's still a really good formula, and that shade alone makes me want to keep it. Plus, I love this hot pink. And this light pink is more of a lilac, and it's the only shade I have like that. So we have Eclipse, which that one is really bright too. See, they're completely different colors. At first glance they look so similar, but then when you swatch them, they're vastly different. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep both of these. Okay, so now we have red, orange, yellow, peach, and coral. I decided to just do it all together, but separate at the same time. So let's start with peach and coral up here towards the top, just to make it easier like when swatching. So I know for sure this one can go. This one is from Benefit. It's really old. It is a mini of the shade California and it's very hard to swatch with very long nails. But it's a really pretty blush, but I don't ever use it. So that one can definitely go. And then I want to do these 4 because I want to see what they look like beside each other. So I have Baked Peach from Fenty. This is in their Suede, Hot Cheeks formula, which is really pretty, but it really reminds me of this one down here from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Joy. I also have this in liquid. Okay, the Fenty is deeper. And then we have Luminoso. I knew it. This is from Milani, Luminoso. It's an old OG favorite. That's lighter too. And then I have the Fenty Beauty, Fenty Cheeks in the shade Just a Crush. And here those are all swatched out. Now I need to figure out which ones I want to keep, which ones I can let go of. Okay, so Luminoso and this one are very similar. But the question is, do I get rid of the OG? Because I like the Fenty one and it's newer. So I would prefer to keep the newer one. These are all going to have to be cleaned because they are all sticky now. But I will keep the new one from Fenty and Declutter Luminoso, which really shocks me because I've had that one forever because I did not want to get rid of it because it was such an old favorite for so long. But as for these 2, I will keep both, the Rare Beauty Joy and the Fenty Beauty and Just a Crush. After I throw it, my heart just dropped. Okay, so as for these 2, I know I'm keeping these because these are also that same unearthly incandescent glowing blush. And these are the shades Dusk and Lumen, which are so pretty. These ones I did get in PR, but I also bought them, and then the ones I got in PR, I accidentally forgot in Florida, so these are the ones I bought. But I always like to mention that just in case, because I don't want anyone to think I'm like getting PR and not talking about it. But I love these so much, obviously, so they are staying. And then I have these 2 from Benefit. So these I bought at TJ Maxx and I got them because of the blushes. I don't really care too much for the Hoola bronzer, but I love the blushes, but I have not used them. And I am going to let these go. So let's swatch the blushes. We have Shelly and Krista. Both are really pretty, but that is very similar to, both of those are kind of similar to the ones I just swatched from Unearthly anyway. And then I have this one from Glamlight. This is from the Trick or Treat collection. I bought to review last year, and like I was so busy last year, I ended up not even doing a video on it. And I've barely even used this, so I still want to keep it. I love the colors as well. I also didn't mean to wipe all of those off, but there we have that. So I do want to keep Trick or Treat, but I will let Flutter from Ensley Rain go. Now we are at the orange, reds, and yellows. The mustards are going nowhere. These 3... My Singe Beauty Mustard is my favorite. This one is kind of like an orangey mustard from Odin's Eye. This is in the shade Warm Sun. And then we have Persistent Persimmon. And then Goji from Menagerie. I love these. Mustard blushes are where it's at. So starting with Odin's Eye, they're all very different. The one from Odin's Eye is more matte, and it has like an orange undertone. The one from Singe is more of a true mustard, and it has such a beautiful sheen. The one from Odin's Eye looks more sheeny too than I actually remember, so they might both be satins. And then I have this one from Menagerie, which is a matte. Had some loose powder there. But they are all completely different shades, and I love them. So they're staying. And then we have these. Oh. Okay, so Butterfly from Benefit has been a favorite since the day I got it. You can't really see, but there's like such a huge like divot in this pan, and it is so pretty. It's like a yellowy orange, and I love it so much. It's so gorgeous. So that one is definitely staying as well. And then I have Sooner the Butter. I almost said shower and butter. I need to go to bed. And that one is really pretty as well, but that's kind of a lot like Butterfly, only this one has more of a sheen to it, but they are kind of similar. You can totally see the difference in formula though. And then we have Peach Gleam from Odin's Eye. I wish I could have picked up more of their blushes when they like first launched them, and their highlights. And that's a really pretty shade. This one I got in an ice cream beauty box. This is from Palace Identity in the shade Blossom Blush. And the compact on this is gorgeous. But this blush is gorgeous as well. So pretty. And of course, Blaze from Unearthly will also be staying. Look at that. It's kind of similar to this one, but I'm not ready to let that one go yet. And I am definitely not getting rid of the Unearthly one yet. And then I have the Give Beauty one. Let's do that first because these are kind of similar. Like I'm in the same situation again with this color like trio situation. But the Give one is in the shades Flirty Talk. And again, you have another satin and another matte. And this one I'm probably going to let go of. Yeah, these are all in there anyways. But again, they're no longer available. And I have not reached for that in a very long time. So honestly, there's no point in keeping it when someone else can love it. And then we got to talk about these. So I love this highlight in this Glam Light palette. This is from the Garfield collection. The highlight is beautiful. It's got like a mauve base with a gold green shift. It's so pretty. But these blushes are so pigmented. And I still want to keep it though. I love the highlighter. I probably should keep that in my highlight drawer so I can get more use out of the highlight. Because as for the blush, I don't really use it. So I need to remember to put that in my highlight drawer. And then I have, again, Dee Dee Signature and Blend Bunny. So let's figure this out. Do Dee Dee Signature here. I love an orange, and that is an orange, honey. And we have a coral. The orange from Blend Bunny looks a little different, like a little more yellow toned, which is really gorgeous too. But let's try Scorched, Heat. Yeah, they're different undertones. And then Flare. So honestly, out of these two, I would probably prefer this one from Blend Bunny, and I will say the formula in this one feels a little different than the formula in the other one. The other one's a little more like, I mean, this one's a little more scratchy, whereas the Blend Bunny one feels smooth, and the other one doesn't feel that way. So I don't know what's up with that, but I do like the undertones of the Blend Bunny one more, so I am going to keep this one. Okay, so I apparently miscounted the blushes. I started out with 57 and I decluttered 20 And I am keeping 37, which honestly almost cuts it in half, which is a lot more than I expected to get rid of. And these are the ones that I'm keeping. So I am pretty happy with this. I will go through my declutter pile at the end just to make sure I am happy with what I'm getting rid of, and I'll let you know if anything changes. But so far, I honestly feel really good about it. And I can't wait to move on to the liquids. So I'm going to put these away and we're going to get started in the liquids. Like I said, I don't have that many liquids. Well, it's still a lot, but I have a lot of creams. Okay, so in the liquid category, I have 19 blushes. So for this one, I wanted to start out with like the mauves and the pinks. So let's start down here with the mauves. I can already tell you how this is going to go. Keep, declutter, keep. It's simple. But, so this is the shade Pillow Talk. This one hasn't been opened because I had a small one. Ooh, squeezed that a bit too hard. And I finally just used it up. But I love this blush. It's so pretty and such a pretty color. And this one I do want to keep around. I love it. This one from Rare Beauty in the shade Encourage is new to me. And I love these. This is now my third one from Rare Beauty. I do think the newer shades are not as pigmented, which I do prefer. And you can tell they're a bit different. This one has a little more purple. This one is a little more like brown mauve. And both are really beautiful. This one I've never even used, so I'm not even going to. I don't want to like open it and ruin it for the next person. And what shade is that? I don't even know. Dusty Rose. I bought that for a video and then ended up not filming it, so, or I used another product that I got, something like that. And then I also have this blush lighter. No, it's the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Bronzer. And I have the shade, I do not have a clue. But this one I got at the Creators and Friends event in Florida. This one's a little more like this color down here. I might get rid of that depending on what these two look like. So I'm going to set that over here with the Maybe. And this is Dusty Rose from e.l.f. This formula is fantastic. Not even just for the drugstore, but just in general. I loved it so much. And it's such a pretty color. So this one is a keep. And I will not be getting rid of any of my liquid blushes from Glaminatrix because they're favorites. I love the formula. It's so thin and just easy to wear and just beautiful. And it is different than all of the others. So I will end up keeping this one as well. And now to the pinks. Well, in a random purple. So this one is Nirvana from Unearthly. This is kind of like a pillowy plush type of color, but I love that shade of purple. And I don't think I have anything like this in creams, liquids, or anything. Maybe creams, but definitely not powders. But I do want to keep that. And this one is a definite declutter. I hate this product. I got it in BoxyCharm. And it looks so bad and ashy on my skin. And that might even be open. No, it just leaks as well. So that one is a no. Then I have Rosy Cheeks from Simply Posh. I don't think I have anything this color. This is the only liquid. So for that, I do want to keep this because this is such a beautiful winter shade. And it looks so cute, like all across the nose and everything. That's why I'm going to have a hard time getting rid of any of these as well. This is such a favorite. This is from Juvia's Place. It's in their shade Rosy Posy Glow. It's the liquid like highlight blush type of situation. This might be called blush lighter, but all of the wording and stuff's gone off mine. On the cheeks, this looks so gorgeous and glowy. I love this with my whole heart. And I love these as well. I'll swatch them just to swatch them for you. This is the shade Lilac Mist from DD's Signature. I use this one a lot. It's like the perfect lilac shade. It's gorgeous. It has like such a beautiful, like cool purple undertone. And then we have Nurture, which is so pretty. It's such a pretty pink. And Kind. I just love these blushes. They're so good. It's like a serum formula. They're really special. So I didn't do well with this so far. I've only gotten rid of 2 and kept all of the others. Okay, so now we have the Peachy Corals and Orange Red, Nudes, and all of those fun things. So let's start down here. This is my favorite side. Honestly, I don't see, oh yeah, these 2. I was going to say I don't see any I'm getting rid of, but I do. These 2, they're terrible. I personally do not like this at all. These are the Maybelline Sun Blush, and I have the shades Sun Tempt. I don't like this formula. You might if you like a sheer blush, but nothing about me loves a sheer blush, so these are a no for me. I thought I would like them because of their colors. This one is in Rooftop Views. This color is so pretty. But again, it's just way too sheer. And when you blend them out, they're like basically non-existent. But if you like that no makeup type of look, you might really love them. It's just a personal preference kind of thing. I shouldn't have wiped that off, but it's fine. These I might get rid of because they're kind of messy. These are from Bella Beauty Bar. And sometimes when I try to squeeze them out, it's kind of like separated. You see what I mean? You can kind of see. And they're not old, so I don't know. It's a formula problem. This is the shade Blossom, so that one I will also declutter. But as for the rest of these, they are all staying. This one has been so used. This is the shade Lavish, which I love so much, from Glaminatrix. One of my favorite liquid blushes in my collection. This one is definitely staying. And then the shade Virtue from Rare. This is the mini, of course, but I can see myself buying the full size because I love that. It's such a pretty like nude blush. It makes me so happy. See, that's separating even more. It's like spreading to you. And I really love the Simply Posh blushes, like I said. These are freaking gorgeous. This one is like a bricky red berry type of shade in the shade Berry Cold. And I love the undertone of that. It's such a good winter blush. I bought it with their winter collection last year. And then I have the Glaminatrix Red in the shade Sweet. This is my only red liquid blush. And it's beautiful. I guess I could make the swatch a little bigger than that. But I love it. Like I said earlier, this formula is fantastic. This shade is so gorgeous. Tangerine Crush from DD's Signature. I'm pretty sure I got these DD Signature blushes in PR. I don't know if I said that earlier, but I love the color of that. It's almost red, but it's a bright orange. It's so pretty. This one, Gorge Orange from e.l.f. has been a favorite. You can tell. I've gotten tons of use out of it. It's so bright and beautiful. And the pigmentation on all of these is so good, but they're not too pigmented. They layer beautifully. They blend beautifully, and I love them. This is the shade Warm from Glaminatrix. It's just so good. And then we have these down here. Let's start with the Charlotte Tilbury ones. This one I use a lot in the shade Peach Pop. It's just such a gorgeous peach color, and I do want to keep both of these. This is in Pink Gasm Sunset, I think. Yes. And I think it's more peachy. but it's pretty. I like the matte formula best, but I like this one as well. I just prefer the other. This one I am getting rid of. It's in the shade Marigolds. It's from Give. Before they went out of business, I barely even used this at all. It's another serum blush. It's pretty, but I just don't reach for it, so I'm happy letting that one go. And then I have this one from Huda Beauty in the shade Watermelon Pop. I do like this formula a lot. It reminds me of the one from Glaminatrix, and it is stunning. She's staying. This one I'm also going to let go. I bought it the same time I bought that Essence blush, but this is the Cheeky Rose Liquid Blush from Winky Lux. And I like the doe foot on this, but I don't know. I just don't reach for it. And it is a cream, or a liquid, so I'm going to let it go. And then I have these. This one I will also let go in the shade Nectar from Bella Beauty Bar. See, it just squirted out all that liquid. These ones I will probably declutter. It's dripping everywhere. I'm not even going to try to swatch that one anymore. Those two I will probably throw away. That's just a really weird formula. And then I have these three, which I do plan on keeping all of these. This one is Joy from Rare Beauty. Just beautiful. Such a gorgeous, like, coral shade. That reminds me of this one. I don't remember what that was. Peach Pop. It's very similar to that, honestly. This one's a bit darker. And then we have Sunny from Glaminatrix. I love this color. It's so pretty. It's good for blush draping, but I don't know how well that one would work on darker skin tones, but on my very fair skin, I do love it. And then we have Peachy Glow from DD Signature, which I have also used quite a bit. And there's that one. Look at them. Oh, I love blush so much. I got rid of quite a few of those as well, like the liquids. Okay, turns out I need to stop counting today because I miscounted these products as well. So I started out with 32 blushes. I have here 24, which isn't bad at all, but I ended up only decluttering 8 blushes, which is what I have here. So, I mean, that's like a fourth, I guess, but I really do love blush, and my favorite blush formula at the moment is liquids and creams. So I'm not surprised that I didn't keep them all. I mean, I am surprised that I didn't keep them all, but I'm happy with everything I have. I could see myself maybe getting rid of this one next year, but I love all of these, like, very much, and use them all very frequently. So I'm happy with what I've got. So let's go ahead and move on to the cream category. We have a lot to get through, and fingers crossed, I'm going to double check my numbers before I make a fool of myself and say them out loud. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so don't count me on it, literally, but I counted 58 cream blushes, and we're starting with the pinks and the corals, or peachy tones, whatever. But I do see some here that I am ready to get rid of. Starting with the peaches, corals is this shade right here. This is from NARS, and it is the Air Matte Blush in the shade Rush. I do like this formula, but this is almost impossible for me to swatch because it's in that pot. But it is one of those moussey formulas, and it feels so beautiful on the skin. But 58 blushes in one category is a lot, and I do need to let some of these go. And I know I have this shade over and over, probably 100 times. So that one's gonna go. This one I've had a while as well. This is the shade Georgette. I bought this one when I was working at Ulta hated that job. But this one is going to go in the maybe pile. It's kind of like this one from NARS, but completely different formula. This one is like a air matte mousse. This one is more of a satin, and you know, it's their Super Shock formula, which everyone knows and loves pretty much. And I might keep this one, but I'm not sure. So we'll start a maybe pile. This one from LYS I really like. It's not a top favorite because it's very like shiny, but it's still really beautiful. I like it for summer. It's kind of like an orangey coral situation. It's beautiful. It's not my most reach for, but I still like it, and I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. Now, these Melt blush lighters I love. This is in the shade Golden Hour. I like using these as blush toppers. And that one is so beautiful. Like, they're a one-of-a-kind type of formula. It's so thin and silky and just freaking gorgeous. Again, love this formula too from Give Me Glow. This is in the shade Dolly Pop. Amanda just got home, so my dogs are barking. But look at that. The pigmentation on these is no joke. And I love this formula. They blend so beautifully, so I'm definitely keeping that. Sigma Coral Dawn is like such an old favorite. I love this so much. And again, it's so much like that one from NARS. Even that one. So let's get rid of Georgette. Let her go because I do prefer the Sigma cream formula over that one, and I'll probably let this one go too. I love this for a long time. This is the Breezy Cream Blush from Tarte, and this is the shade Peach Sunset. This one's kind of like peachy mauve. It's really pretty, but someone else could get more use out of it. My like Danessa Myricks and Rare Beauty cream blushes are some of my most used top favorites. And let's move on to this pink row. So we have Rare Beauty in the shade Happy. This is their Moussey Bouncy blush. I love this formula. It's become one of my favorite, and it's beautiful. This shade kind of looks like that one, but the formulas are way different. And this one looks a little more muted than that one. So I do want to keep both. And this by Mario Soft Pop Blush Stick is in the shade Sweet Pink. This I got in a duo. And I do like this one a lot too. I mean, its shade is very similar to some of these other ones, but I still want to keep it. It's a kind of newer product in my collection, so I do want to keep it around. Ooh, and I love these Glaminatrix duos as well. They are so fantastic. This is in the shade Think Pink. You have like a cream and then a powder, and I love these because I like to put my highlighter on top of a powder blush. I mean a cream blush, and then I like to use the powder to like blend the highlight and blush together, and these are perfect for that. It's such a beautiful formula. I love it. Out of these, what's left here, the only two I think I want to get rid of are these. So I love this MAC formula. It's one of their Glow Play blushes. This is in the shade Cheer Up. I love this. It feels so cool. It's kind of like the Super Shock, but I've had it for a while. And it's time to let it go. It's probably time to actually trash this one. I've had it for a few years. I'm not even going to lie. And it's really old, but I love that formula. This I hate. I don't know if I bought the wrong color or what. This is the Polite Society blush stick in the shade Malibu, but it looks so bad. It looks ashy on my skin. It's like lays on top. I hate this formula, like despise it. So this one is a no-go all around. And then we have the Sigma Pashima. This is a really pretty like corally shade. It's kind of pink on camera. but I think it's beautiful. And again, I love this formula. I really enjoy these trios as well from Sephora. I have 2 of them. And I already talked about the Give Me Glow. I love these. This is in the shade It's Giving Barbie. I wear this quite often. It's even brighter than the shade here that I swatched from Glaminatrix. Both are gorgeous. Definitely a keep. And then I have the shade from Lawless. This is the Pinch My Cheeks formula. Soft Blur Cream Blush in the shade Valentine. And this one is really pretty. I'm so sorry if you can hear people talking downstairs, but I love the undertone of this. It's so gorgeous. I think I'm probably going to keep all these too. I don't know what shade this is in, but these have been on sale Cosmic Brushes site forever. I actually don't need this one. I'm going to let it go, but I love this formula. I just don't really care for that color. It's a bit too light. It's the reason I don't like that Tarte blush, because it's like too pale of a pink. However, this one I do like, and even though that matte blush is a pale pink in the center, it just layers with the cream so well. I love them. And then you have like the glowy product, which is kind of like a blush topper. It's so pretty. But last, we have the one from Sephora, which is good. Like I said, I actually like the Sephora ones even more than I do the ones from One Size. This is in the shade, but it's like a really nice sheer cream formula, but it's also buildable. And then you have the matte blush. And then you also have the glowy blush. And these are like kind of sheer, but you can build them up. Because if you couldn't, I wouldn't keep them, because I do like a punchy blush. But there they are. I love blush. Like I've said 100 times in this video, it is one of my favorite categories of makeup. Probably second next to eyeshadow palettes. But I do like to save the eyeshadow palettes for like the end, because that's my favorite one, and it's like save the best for last kind of thing. But I still have quite a few categories of creams to get through. Honestly, a couple of these could have been in the last category, but these are supposed to be mauves, berries, and purples. The purples you can't really see very well because they're pretty much all out of camera shot, but let's start with them. So I have this one from Danessa Myricks in the shade Grape Soda, which I love so much. It's one of my favorite formulas, and I love the color. The shade of purple it is, the undertone. It's more of that pinky undertone, which looks a lot more flattering on my skin tone than I feel like the blue tone ones do. So this one is definitely a keep. And then we have this one, which is, I think, Heroine from Cosmic Beauty, which I love this one too. It is more blue toned. And sometimes I like to reach for this depending on the eyeshadow look I'm doing. But if preference-wise, I do love this one more from Danessa Myricks. But I am keeping this one from Cosmic Beauty as well, because sometimes, like I said, the eye look just calls for it. Now, this one from the Pokemon collection and ColourPop is not a bad one, but it's like very light, but it's very similar in tone and color to the one from Danessa Myricks, but I don't reach for this at all, so I will go ahead and let that one go. And I think I'm going to let this one go as well from Wicked Widow in the shade Stone. This was a part of their Tales of Terror collection they had last year for Halloween. I don't know, that's a completely different color than any of those. That one's more like gray tone purple. I might actually keep this one because, like I said, it is completely different. And I do love a purple blush. I think there's always a time and a place for it. So now dipping in to the more berry shades. This is one of my favorite blushes in my collection. It's from Unearthly Cosmetics and their Paranormal Plush Blush. And this is in the shade Blood Moon. I love this so much. This is the one I was talking about that I liked mixing with that deep shade from the DD Signature trio. I love it. It's so beautiful. Such a good shade. Definitely keeping. I will keep all those Paranormal Plush Blushes because I love them. And then we have the shade Truth from Rare, which is really beautiful. This one's more like muted. More like dusky in a way, which will also stay. I don't have too many like get rid ofs in this like color category. And I also have this one from Cosmic Beauty. I don't know what shade that is. It's really pretty, but I'm going to put it over here in the maybe because I think I have others that are like it that I use more often. So I just want to give it I just want to swatch and see. Like this one in the shade Fever. So this is from Jolie and Jolie Beauty. This is their Velvet Cream Blusher. I love this formula as well. This blush is another one of my most used. And it's just beautiful. See, they're similar, but not similar enough. They're still like pretty different. But this one is definitely staying. And this one, even though it's dark, I use this all the time. More so the cream than the powder. But I love this cream layered with other blushes. It's so beautiful. This is Very Nice, and it's just so bright and beautiful. It's like not bright, but it's such a bold, beautiful color. Very rich. I love it. So this one from Danessa Myricks is my newest one, and I haven't even used it yet. This is in the shade Dancing Queen. I've swatched it, but that's it. And I hope they come out with more of these because I love them. And look at that. That is unique to my collection. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's a little bit like this one, but this one's a little deeper. But this is one of my favorite formulas of all time. And this one right here, this is in the shade Rose and Brunch. This is my most used Mauve shade right now. I love it. It's like the perfect everyday kind of blush. It's so beautiful. It's really similar to this one, but I don't remember what that was now. Anyways, moving on. I love this one, and it's definitely staying. Like I said, I would love to get more colors in this, and actually, I've not tried Danessa Myricks eyeshadow, so I can't speak on that. But when it comes to their face products, I love them so much. I recently picked up the serum, like, balm product that gives you, like, glowy skin under foundation, and that is beautiful. I've went through 3 of their Yummy Skin Primer, and I love that too. So this is from Makeup Revolution in the shade Peachy Pink. And this one I will let go because I did a full face of drugstore, and I have not used this since, and that's been almost a year ago, so it's time to go. Plus, it's really similar to this one and that one. So these are new. I have another one of these. These are from Clarity Cosmetics, and this is their Blush Skin Cream Blusher, and this is the shade Lilac Heat. I love this formula so much, but I despise the compact. I mean, the fact that there is no compact. I really hate that. And I'm hoping, like, in the future they'll update. I'm looking for somewhere to buy a compact that this will fit in. That's not a big, like, magnetic palette. I just want, like, a single compact like this to put it in, but I will be keeping it. I've only used these a handful of times each, so I don't want to get rid of it, but I hate that it's in that component or no component. These two definitely should have been in the last category. We have Corta Rosa, which is like a beautiful nude blush, but also kind of peachy at the same time. definitely keeping that. And I really like this Natasha Denona formula as well. And it is in the shade Fresh Mauve. So this is supposed to be mauve, but it doesn't look mauve to me. It's so beautiful though. I like the shimmer formula and the more like matte formula. Both are gorgeous. This one's kind of similar, but I don't remember what that one was. I should like line these out so I can remember what's what. This one I will get rid of. It's from Tarte. It's the Maracuja Juicy Blush. This is a pretty good formula. This is the shade Orchid, but I just don't reach for it. When I want to blush this color, there's several other products I will reach for. Actually, that is really similar to that, but I'm still going to let it go. And I will say it doesn't dry down completely, and that's a thing about it that I don't like at all. And then we have Wilted Blossom from Unearthly. I don't know if they ever restocked these blushes, but if they haven't, they totally should because they're so fantastic. I do have several different blushes in this color, but I use this one quite a bit. These two, actually. This is that same Jolie Beauty formula, but this is in the shade Velvet. No, Bloom. The formula is Velvet. Look at that. I can't tell if that's similar to that. I think this one's a little more purpley. Both are beautiful. Both are keeps. And then the My Dream Cheek Trio from Natasha Denona. I love everything in this. I love the blush. It reminds me of Willa, that Benefit blush I showed you. It's kind of a mauve, but it's also kind of nude at the same time. And the highlight products in here are so gorgeous. I don't know how well you could see that highlight. And then you have the powder as well. I like to put the powder over top of the highlight, and it really makes it so beaming. So all three of these are keeps. And I think I'll say goodbye to this one from Cosmic Beauty. Okay, so here we have like red, orange, and yellow, which this one's kind of berry in a way, but it also has a red. I didn't know where to put it. So let's start with the reds. This is the shade Grateful from Rare Beauty, and it's another one of those moussey matte blushes, and it's more of like a muted red, and it's really beautiful. I love that formula very much. So the next one is from ColourPop, and I don't know just yet if I'm gonna keep this one or not. I might declutter it because I don't have a lot of red like creams, and I want to see if I have anything that's close to that. As you can see, it's a completely different undertone, but I may end up getting rid of that one. It's in the shade Just Playin'. I'm pretty sure it was a collab as well. And then I also have the shade Mary from Cosmic Beauty. That's kind of like a mix of those two. It's really pretty. That one I do want to keep. And then we have the Natasha Denona Berry Pop Cheek Trio. So this one I want to compare for sure. This one is more of a berry. And then you have the cream. Yeah, that's completely different. However, it is a lot like this shade from Cosmic Beauty, but it has more sheen to it. And then you have the highlighter. See, I don't have anything like that red, but at the same time, I have to remind myself, like, if I need a red, I'm either going to reach for the Rare Beauty one, the Natasha Denona one, or the Liquid Glaminatrix. So I don't need that ColourPop red. Honestly, the last time I remember I don't even know the last time I touched that red. I don't even know if I used it since my last declutter. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to let it go. Move on. One thing I will say about these Sephora ones, I do like them, but if you're someone who struggles with opening packages, or you have like arthritis or any kind of handicap, I would steer clear of these because they are difficult to open. So keep that in mind. But starting on this end, this is the shade Bellini. This was my second Danessa Myricks blush that I picked up, and I love it so much. This one went with me to Greece, and it did not disappoint. It is just so beautiful. It has my whole heart. My keep pile over here is getting rather large. And then, honestly, all of these are keep, so I'll just go ahead and swatch. This is the shade Alive from Rare Beauty. Swatch beside that. And you guys know I love an orange blush. And then this is the shade Sunset Chaser from Sephora. I do like that they put the little door on, or window on, the cream product. I think that is really nice. Not all brands do that. And then we have the shade Peach Sweet Tea from Give Me Glow. I love their components on this as well, but they are a bit chunky, but I do like them a lot. That shade is so pretty. That is actually really similar to that one from Sephora, so we'll let that go. It's like almost the exact same shade. It's those two. Very similar. This one's a bit more like pigmented, which I prefer anyways. And then last, I have my blush in Mustard from Clarity. I want to get Give Me Glow's Mustard blush, but this is in the shade Glow Off. So pretty. Look at that. Oh, and it goes so well with Singe Beauty's mustard blush. I love layering them together. It's so fun, and I love like these types of grungy eyeshadow color stories. So a mustard is a great shade for me to have. I will make it work for me. Okay, so this one is going to be hard. I don't know if I get rid of anything in this. Maybe one or two, if that. But they're nude blushes, and I love them so much. So one I think I will get rid of is this one from ColourPop in the shade Drop of a Hat. It is so pretty. So pretty. Such a gorgeous blush, but I cannot tell you the last time I used this, and I've had it for a while, so it's time to pass it on, or, you know, let it go. But I do want to compare these three blushes specifically, because I might get rid of this. This is from Milk. It's one of their blush sticks in the shade Swerve. And I love that color so much. It's like a burnt orange, like a dirty pumpkin. But then I have this one from Cosmic Beauty in the shade Nutmeg, which I really prefer. And then this one in the shade Jubilee from Danessa Myricks, which is one of my favorites of all time as well. And they're all three different. Completely different. So I will keep the one from Cosmic Beauty and the one from Danessa Myricks, but I think I will let the one from Milk go, because I think I've only used it like once this year, and it's still a relatively newer product and hasn't been used very much, so I might as well let someone else love that. But I love the color. But all the rest of these I love dearly. Out of these like 3-pan like blush palettes, the Morphe ones are my favorite. I love them. I even prefer them over the Patrick Star ones. I think they're so good. The one size, they're my favorite, like I said. But this color is so beautiful. This is in the shade Sunset Swim, and you have two creams, and these are like so cool toned, but in just such a perfect way. So you have like more of a matte, a satin, and then a powder Great for blush draping. These are definitely staying. My fingers are going to be stained. And then I have After Party. After Party is probably my favorite out of the two. You can tell she has had a lot of love. It's like the perfect undertone for my skin. These are fantastic. They have other colors that are really pretty, but these are the two that I've been the most drawn to. And if they came out with more shades, I could totally see myself picking them up. I would love to see like a burnt orange or terracotta. Then my favorite would be Spice Latte. This is one of my favorite blushes of all time as well. Look at that. So freaking gorgeous. I just love these blushes with my whole entire heart. They're just so good and they last forever. I would say my next favorite is probably this one from Glaminatrix, Muted Mocha. I just love this tone of blush. It's definitely a favorite. You can tell it's very similar to this one and probably that one as well from Patrick Ta. But it is beautiful. And I'm definitely keeping it. But let's compare. I'll do it over top of this one. Oh, that one's way more pinky. Yeah, those are pretty different. But at first glance, they look very similar. I mean, it's kind of similar to this one down here. I love them. And that's the other Morphe After Party Trio. I told you creams are my favorite. I did not do well in this category at all. Then I would say, this one, Lynx from Melt. It's their blush lighter, the gold. This with one of these Morphe trios is so gorgeous on the cheeks. I love it so much. Then I would give it to Worth from Rare. It's so pretty too. Another gorgeous nude shade. This is my least favorite shade out of the Unearthly ones. It's still pretty, but I do prefer the others, and it's in the shade Burnt Rose. But I have so many similar ones to that. But I love all of these formulas. They all just make me so happy. So I am definitely keeping them. Okay, so as for cream blushes, now I am down to 45. And this is a nice little visual of what I have left cream-wise in my collection. And I did pretty decent, not really. So I started out with 58 cream blushes. I decluttered 14, and now I have 45. So declutter-wise, I wasn't planning on getting rid of a whole lot. My declutter videos more so are collections and declutters, but I feel like I did better this year than I did last year with the declutters. So I started out with 160 blushes. I ended up decluttering 45 and I kept 115, which 115 blushes is still a lot of product, but more than anyone could use, really. But I love blush with my whole heart, and I love creating content here on YouTube. I have some of my favorite brands that I love to keep product from as well. Plus, I love the formulas, so it makes sense for me and my collection. But this video was so much fun. Like I said in the beginning, I love declutters and collection videos so much. I love seeing people's collections. I'm nosy. I don't know. It makes me so happy just seeing everyone's stuff swatched out, even if they don't swatch. I just love it all. And declutter season is my absolute favorite, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really don't know what category I'm going to do next, so stay tuned. I will probably try to post one every week if I can until everything is said and done, but I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and I appreciate it so much. I hope you have the best day ever, and until next time, bye.